We got the mariachis on board! We're Hayden and Aaron, and we're on a mission to visit every country in the world. We left the US and headed to our first country of Mexico, where we spent some much-needed quality time in the sleepy town of Sayulita, before we arrived in busy Mexico City. So we had a really great breakfast, starting our day with some traditional Mexican dishes, and now we're off to the Frida Kahlo Museum. We're gonna go get our learn on and learn all about Casa Azul.
We are at the Frida Kahlo Museum, which I actually don't know a lot about her, so I'm looking to learn something today.
So we made it into the entrance of the museum, Casa Azul, which is where Diego Rivera and Frida Kahlo lived and worked, I believe. We're not going to do the guided tour today because it's supposed to rain and we have fun things planned for later this afternoon, but they do make you pay 30 pesos to be able to use a camera in here, so it's probably totally worth it. And then we're going to see what we can see. This is going to be a really awful description of what we just saw because we kind of went through pretty quickly. So it's the house of Frida Kahlo and Diego Rivera. They both lived here, worked here, and she died there, which was really cool because we got to see the bed she actually died in with her death mask, which was neat. A little bit about her is that she was born with two legs that were the different sizes and then got into a horrible car crash, so she was kind of disfigured, which is why she took a painting in the first place, because she couldn't really move around. And Diego Rivera was a very famous painter. She was influenced by him, and they had really famous friends that came to visit all over the world, including like Georgia O'Keeffe,
Pablo
Picasso. They had some weird like Russian ties. They were friends with
Stalin
and Stravinsky or something. Trotsky. So it was really cool, totally worth the visit. Now we're gonna eat some pan dulce.
So we're in here in Pan Gabriel right now, where we believe everything's vegan, but everything's listed out at least, and everything looks to be gluten-free. But my mom said we needed to get the concha cacao, and then of course I can't pass up a good donut. La Reina de Pan over here, this is her store. You know us, we gotta buy one of everything. Driving in the city's kind of crazy. Everybody just jams into the intersection and then tries to figure it out and honks their horns. We're getting on party boats.
Boat is delivering us our cervezas.
Corona Mega!
This is so wild. So we got to Xochimilco, where it is called the Venice of Mexico. Basically, we're gonna go out on the river here, on the canals. That was really intense getting onto these boats. All of a sudden we were just like ushered onto a boat and we were giving somebody money and we had to like walk across a bunch of them at the same time to like get to the one at the end so we can get out. And everybody's partying. We're basically gonna sit on this boat, hang out for a couple hours, drink some beers. Our friend Lindsay's here. She's visiting us in Mexico City.
This is probably my favorite thing that we're doing.
Oh my god.
I saw it coming.
I did not see that coming. Head-on collision. But I'm okay. We're all okay.
We got the mariachis on board!
finally found pulque. It looks interesting. I'm about to take my first drink right now. Taste-wise, really, really good. Texture-wise, it's like watered down pancake batter.
Weird.
Yeah. It's not bad though. Like, yeah, it's guava flavored, but it's like watered down pancake batter. I've heard it called something else, but I'm not about to say that.
Oh, that's not bad at all. It's like a thick milk type juice, but it's alcoholic, so like you can't really go wrong with that, right? I like it. I drink that. I like it. So from what I read, it's a fermented agave product, and it only lasts for like a day, so you can't really store it. There was some company that was able to like bottle it and ship it around, but so you know if it's bad pretty quickly, I think. So this looks fresh. It tastes fresh. It doesn't taste that it's gone off, but it's like fermented agave juice, and it's alcoholic. And it tastes good. I like it.
So this is one of the donuts that we bought at Pan Gabriel, and it looks like it's just a chocolate kind of cake donut with some nuts on it, but probably pretty decent. Good save. It's like half cake, half yeast. Kind of interesting. Chocolate's really good though.
I'm gonna try the pan con manzana, which is apples, and it's just kind of like a bagel. It reminds me of, but with a bottom. So in the bottom here has all the apple in it, but the outside reminds me of a bagel. It looks like it even has some kind of seeds on that. I feel like it's almost exactly as I described it. Tastes like a bagel with like apple, the inside of an apple pie. I'm not mad about this at all. Chopped up apple, nice and sweet. Bagel. It's like breakfast. There's a rat on these stairs.
No, stop it. I'm not kidding. Can we go?
He's fine. It's just a little rata.
Ooh, I got heartburn.
Well, that was probably the most fun thing we've done so far in Mexico City.
Lindsay, there he is.
Assuming I don't get attacked by a rat right now. Oh, too fun, eh?
That was well worth every peso.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting here just getting ready to start working on some photos or maybe some blogs. All of a sudden we hear boom and a giant flash of light and a transformer blew. Apparently it's an experience here in Mexico City whenever it storms that this can commonly happen. And it can be a couple of minutes, it could be a couple of hours, could be a couple of days. So fortunately, it looks like not the entire city is without power, which is good because we're actually changing Airbnbs tomorrow. So, you know, worst case scenario, I go find a Starbucks, work for what I need to, and then we move. But hopefully power is restored before we have to check out of here because we're up on the 9th floor, and that is a long way to carry suitcases.
We are at Vegan Inc., which is kind of like a shopping mall type. There's stores and restaurants all here in the same little shopping complex, which is kind of cool. We're getting vegan fondue. Is there a more beautiful sight than bubbling cheese? I think not. It's so good. It's salty and creamy. And what's weird, they give you grapes, uvas, and you think, why would you dip a grape into cheese? It's the best thing. It's the best one. There's a reason why you pair cheese and wine, because it's delicious. It's crazy how good that is. Try.
We need to fondue this more often. So raclette is kind of like baked potatoes, like little small potatoes cut in half, and then steaming molten cheese poured on top, and it's cooked in a cast iron griddle. So as soon as the cheese hits it, it really just starts bubbling. It's kind of a cool thing to see happen right at your table. Man, that's good cheese. So unfortunately, even after leaving for dinner, power's still not on, still don't have access to the elevator, and we just had to walk up 9 flights of stairs, so it's bedtime. So the power never actually came back on, and we left a candle burning all night long, so at least we could use the bathroom and, you know, see. But we decided to bounce. We hoisted all of our luggage down 10 flights of stairs, left it with the security guard, and now we're at Starbucks, so we can get a little work done.
We just found out that the power went out in the building because a lightning bolt struck the transformer, which would explain why we saw a huge flash and heard a huge explosion. So we left Starbucks because we were getting a little full, and we came to Mercado Roma, and it's this cute little mercado, but they have a bunch of like little food stalls basically. We got a couple of really good things that we'll show you, and then there's a vegan churreria. So we found vegan churros. They're vegan by accident, and we'll show you those too because they're good. So I went with the carnitas taco, and they have like a bunch of different flavors. I went with the carnitas, and it has vegan cheese on top of it. And I got a tostada that looks really, really good. So it kind of just tastes like chicken. I think it's a soy base. Really good with the cheese. And then I got this tostada that I'm gonna make a mess out of. Ooh. I don't know what's on there, but it's delicious. I think this tastes more like seitan. It's a little bit more chewy. And it's got like a cream and cheese on top of it. Really good. Gold taco.
So we found vegan churros. Smells so delicious, so here we go. It's hot, it's fresh, it's sugary, the dough is cooked to perfection. It's everything you'd want in a churro. So this is just one of their locations here in the Mercado Roma in Roma Norte, but they have multiple locations throughout the city.
Okay, so we just got into our new Airbnb. Not as suavemente as the last one.
No,
it'll
it's
do.
Super cute.
It's cute.
It's got a king size bed.
It has a nice bed. So this is us for the next 3 weeks. Hopefully we can figure out how to make this light stop flickering. That's gonna drive me nuts. So we're gonna unload and settle in. Okay, now do a dip. Get the dip. Get the dip. It smells a little smoky, actually.
I think that's this grill up ahead.
Never mind.
How do you know what jizz tastes like?
He's been told.
That's what I said. I've been told. I've heard it's been called.
Here, try. I like it.
Here, it tastes like jizz. Try it.
No, it doesn't.
No, it's got the consistency of jizz.
It tastes good, but yeah.
Is it moist?
And what did they call you?
Pan. La reina de pan. That means pan queen.
Queen of the bread.
Bread queen.
Bread queen.
Queen of the bread.
The bread queen. Panaderia.